incredible fight last time out. Obviously didn't get the result you wanted. Controversy maybe in the result. But I'm wondering, a fight like that, are there lessons you take out of that, back to the featherweight division? Or is it more just like, hey, I went out there and I gave it a shot?
There's lessons to be learned, win or lose. Win or a loss. It's play on for me, honestly. That camp was great. I definitely leveled up in some different areas. So and that's why you want to challenge yourself, because that's exactly what will happen. A lot of people look at what could go wrong, but you got to look at what could go right, and then obviously look at the future, because I'm a lot stronger man for it. And as I said straight after that fight, these featherweights better fucking watch out.
You faced some legends already in your career. Alexander Volkanovski, a lot of people consider top pound for pound on the planet. Is this the toughest fight, matchup-wise, style-wise, that you've ever had in your career?
Man, I don't know. Yeah, I can see Alexander Volkanovski is really good. He's really talented, explosive. He has durability. All the things that you guys already know. I don't really have to repeat every time the same, because you guys know already what's up with him. And I just think this game is about styles. What style beats what style, or what guy has the best day, if you want to call it that way, the day of the fight. I just think it's going to be really difficult for him to beat me. He probably thinks it's going to be easier. I don't know. My style is completely different to what many people think. It's not only because what you can see from outside, but just being in front of me in the cage is difficult. It's hard for anybody, And of course, there is many styles that can neutralize or control the style that I have, but I have been working on my weaknesses to make them like strength, and that's why I'm at this point right now facing Alexander Volkanovski for the undisputed belt.
Obviously, you got to see Yair that night. It looked incredible. Talk to me about the preparation for him. Obviously, you've been fighting nothing but killers for a while, but he seems to present a unique challenge. I mean, did you find preparation uniquely challenging in this?
Yeah, definitely. That's it's been exciting. I said I just mentioned how good it was to do the challenge in Islam. It's exciting. You want them challenges, and this is a total different challenge when it comes to the ground and the striking. And I'm disciplined. I'm always going to train hard. I've been saying that all week. That I don't need to be motivated or anything to train hard and do what I need to do. I'm going to do that anyway. But it just adds another, more excitement. We're more eager to get to the gym, figure things out, the game planning, get more in the zone. Really embrace some of the game planning and all the things that we need to do in there. So it was good. Again, I've got nothing but respect for Yair. Again, he's a dangerous opponent. And that's what I want. But I just want to show everyone, why I'm the top of the featherweight division, and really show my skill set.
I think work ethics is something that's just ingrained in you. But was it difficult at all to adjust? I mean, you were this close to champ status, right? And you're kind of embracing all that. Was it hard to get the mindset back to go, hey, it's still impressive to dominate a division the way you have?
Look, obviously it stung straight after it, but play on, man. It just adds to the story. I'm going to get that rematch. Don't worry. I'm going to do my business this weekend, and I'll get that rematch. And then it's just going to add to the story. You know what I mean? It was a close one. Do we think we did enough? Yeah. Was it a robbery? No. It was a very, very close fight. I know that, but I showed you guys and I showed everyone that, I definitely wasn't going to get ragdolled like everyone thought. I ended up on top and really put it on him. But the next one, I'll take that win, and it's just going to add to the story.
Last thing for me, and you kind of touched on it there. I mean, a win here obviously would be huge. I know you were impressed with Ilia Topuria. I mean, do you want to continue to defend this belt? Or
I wasn't that impressed. Yous were. But, I mean, I'm glad that everyone's impressed because, again, that'll just hype up a future fight. Just, but I've got more of a threat in front of me this weekend, so I'm going to pay attention to that. If Ilia wants that smoke, it's going to be good because I know he will talk that trash, which is fun, and punching people in the face that talk trash is so much better.
Outside of that second Max fight, all of Alex's featherweight fights haven't been especially close. Like, he's kind of dominated a lot of his opponents. So what do you think they're doing wrong when they enter the octagon with him?
With Max?
With Alex.
Oh, with Alex?
Yeah.
Well, I don't really think they have many weaknesses as well. I just think Alex is good. Alex is doing a great job. He's smart when fighting. He has durability, which is a really important thing when fighting. because he can kind of keep the same pace for the 5 rounds, which is something really important in this game. And he's able to figure out many of his opponents, the style or the little mistakes they do, and he takes advantage of those situations, I think that's why.
I'm curious, what did you make of Ilya Toporia's performance against Josh Emmett in Jacksonville?
Can you repeat that question?
What did you make of Ilya's performance against Josh? Ilya Topuria,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, I think he did great. I think he, I don't know how many 5-rounders he had in the past. Only one. Yeah, I just think he needs more, probably more experience. And that's it, but he did amazing. He did a great job. And I think he's going to get there one day.
With the Rodriguez thing, you're going from lightweight back down to featherweight. I saw in some of your pre-fight stuff that you were saying you felt a lot sharper and more explosive. What's the biggest sort of thing you weren't expecting from the weight changes that you've had over the last year?
So going heavier?
Well, so you've got from going heavier and then going back lighter.
Oh yeah, but I mean, obviously noticed that extra weight. That's why during camp, like when I was doing the bulking and I was a little bit heavy, everyone knows the workload that I've got. It was at the end of the week, my body was definitely feeling it, carrying that weight and wasn't obviously moving as much, and just to definitely warn you that little bit more. So halfway through the camp, I'm like, I want to be a little bit lighter. I want to be, because I reckon I'm going to be just as strong anyway, and I'm going to be fast. So we found that perfect weight, and that was a little bit lighter. So I wasn't too much heavier than I would be this weekend, to be quite honest. Not too much anyway. But yeah, it feels good to be at featherweight again, and being as sharp as ever. So definitely that bulk made me stronger though. That camp and again rising to that challenge, to that occasion, definitely put some of my skills on a whole nother level.
Yair, straight in the back. Did you talk to the UFC about bringing your special belt that you had made with the Mexican colors?
Actually, yeah. I don't know if he's here. Yeah, I think he's here. You guys want to see it?
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. Let's take a look at it. So I'll probably have somebody helping me out to explain this better. Have you guys seen the movie Coco? Okay, this is basically the movie is based on the family that made this. Those are like, of course, like cartoon animation, but it's also a real family. The artist is Jacobo and Maria Angeles. They're from Oaxaca, Mexico. And all you guys can see is not like printed, it's handmade. Dot by dot, line by line, is handmade, by Oaxacan like artists, these guys. And if you guys get close to it, you guys can see like the detail it has. All the colors are made naturally. There is nothing chemical on it. Like flowers and stuff, they mix flowers and they mix all these crazy colors. They're all natural. And this is a unique piece, right? It doesn't have a price tag on it because it's unique. I have had many people is like, oh, look at this guy, he's already like bragging around with his belt. This is a gift from my management team and from this guy, which I really truly appreciate because this is unique, and you guys can see the Mexican art on it, and it's a beautiful piece, and I'm proud of having it here presented to you guys. And if you guys have something to say to the UFC, something like this will be cool for the future, it was my manager's idea, so it's great.
Can I ask what this Band-Aid is on your face?
You don't know Nelly? Nelly, you know what I mean?
Is that a UFC champion?
You know what I mean? Yeah, it is actually, you know what I mean? They go, look, it was a little scratch, and we don't want to get it infected so close to the fight, and so yeah.
Can I ask, because Yair's been in the UFC, like he was in the UFC before you.
I think it looks cool too. You know what I mean?
It doesn't look bad.
They custom, they custom made the Mexican belt or whatever it is, and they custom made some Band-Aids for me,
Can I ask, how long has Yair been on your radar? Because he was in the UFC and he had a lot of highlights even before you came over. So it felt like there were a lot of breaks in his career. But like, how long has he been on your radar as a future opponent?
They're all on my radar, right? Like I keep an eye on everybody. But yeah, he's definitely been right up there. He's had a couple of number one contender fights as well, being in position where, knowing that he could be next or coming up soon. So I've definitely, because I know how dangerous he is, so I knew he would eventually be there. But you just had to wait for the right time that it was his turn. And being interim champ, it's his turn. So the timing fits very well, and here we are, International Fight Week.
You mentioned about the transition back down to 145. Was that hard, and do you see yourself being able to do that successfully, going back and forth through the divisions?
Yeah, no, it wasn't too hard. I didn't, as I said, I didn't end up that much heavier. So we did the body scans once we knew the fight was happening, and we were sitting at pretty much the same that same weight or like muscle and everything as we did like for July last year. So it's I don't think we actually put on too much. So and I don't want to for next time at lightweight. I know I don't need to because the strength's not the issue. And I know my strength and my technique will be enough for all the lightweights anyway. So then that'll make that transition much easier.
Do you think that would impact your performances at all at lightweight, making that transition?
Nah, because I'm going to sit around pretty much the same weight.
Mm-hmm. And you worked with Carl Van Roo in the run-up to this fight. How beneficial was that?
Oh, yeah. It's I was lucky enough to have a couple of people in camp that Yair is very good at all ranges. Long range, obviously you got the Taekwondo, and then you got the short range sort of unpredictable things that come from everywhere. So I was lucky enough to have Blood Diamond, who's if you ever watched his kickboxing highlights, go have a look at that, and you'll see a lot in Yair Rodriguez there. So that was great having him there, and obviously he's bigger. And then Carl Van Roon, that 11-time Taekwondo world champion. He's a specialist at what he does, and he does MMA. He understands the game. He did a lot of study and really committed to being a training partner for me, and he's, again, a lot bigger than me. So having guys like that to not just go through and work techniques with me, I was sparring these guys. So, having a longer, rangier, 11-time world champion Taekwondo guy spinning some crazy shit at you, that'll keep you on your toes. So, I'll be on my toes ready for whatever comes come Saturday night.
And when you look at Yair's style, what do you think you need to be aware of the most? And how do you see the fight itself playing out?
Be aware of everything, because everything's coming from everywhere. But again, we all know that I make people fight my fight. There's other things that everyone looks a certain way till I'm in front of them. You know what I mean? So it's no surprise that people, my opponent's volume goes down, and a lot of their strong assets are usually a compromise. I'm usually able to nullify a lot of people's strengths. So look forward to doing that. Again, Taekwondo Volk, he's coming.
Thank you.